channel.
You know what time it is, no press fam. The beatdown. Welcome everyone to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment and channel where two worlds collide. I am your host, Class. And as a friendly reminder, if you guys enjoy any of our content, you know what you can do. You can share, you can like, or subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate you guys. And if you guys want to learn about the powers, abilities, and feats, you want to learn about brief origin stories about these characters, you can look it down in the description below. They'll be right there, links for you. Also, this is in honor of if you guys haven't already, sorry for the spoilers, guys, but Deadpool and Wolverine has been out for a while, so I'm going to have to spoil this one for you. But yes, Gambit is in it, and I'm sure that's already been pretty obvious. There's probably been a whole lot of social media sites explaining that he's been in the film. But yes, Channing Tatum got a chance to play Gambit. It was a huge moment, huge honor. It was awesome to see him play it. There was like a mixed feeling about him playing the character, but other than that, I think he did a phenomenal job. Moving on from that, we figured we'd do this battle in honor of that particular character. So let's get things going. Now, here are the end game to start with. On this corner, former member of Team 7, Grifter. Alright. He has a fighting chance long range wise, as his marksman skills might be the difference between getting a good shot and having the skills to execute it. Given his time in the military and his promotion to Black Ops Special Forces, I'd say he has what it takes to get that shot as far as it's far away. So I do believe distance-wise, Grifter does have a more fighting chance to kind of weigh out Gambit and not let Gambit be able to like take him out completely with his like exploding cards. His healing is a swing and a miss every now and then, but let's just say for the fight it was a good day, and his healing factor is working phenomenally. This helps Grifter deliver the final blow during a fight, as it comes down to if it comes down to one good shot thrown by both sides, Grifter can heal himself from the damage. Gambit, however, I don't believe possesses any healing factor. If he did, I don't think it's faster than Grifter's. He has the power to use 6 or more guns at once without using his hands, and toss a car with using his mind. There's a chance distance-wise he can end the battle with the drop of a small building crumbled down over Gambit, or up close where he can just surprise him with a car thrown to his face. Either way, it doesn't look good for Gambit. He can even possibly lift Gambit around with just a thought and disarm him, or even have one of his cards get thrown. Let's say hypothetically Gambit throws one of his cards, only for Grifter to do the boomerang thing and throw it back at him before it actually goes off. That is a possibility. Let's say, like I said, Gambit throws one of his cards and Grifter's telekinetic powers, he could just throw it back at him and then boom, blow up right then and there. Known to act, he could perform a moment of faking an injury, only for Gambit to let his guard down long enough for Grifter to get close enough to put a shot to put the man down. Now, he is known for actually he's a con man, so he's obviously going to use every trick in the book in order to defeat his opponent, and acting is one of his skills. Okay, so let's talk about Grifter's mask. It helps provide extra recon during a fight, given what it is equipped with on the inside, along with being durable to take on serious damage from deadly attacks. He's practically a walking one-man army, given his countless weapons he carries. That could potentially mean using everything, including the kitchen sink, to throw at Gambit before he can come up with the next move around the next weapon. So I'm guessing that Grifter's best play is just to keep pulling out every kind of weapon he possibly can against Gambit before Gambit can use any of his kinetic energy in order to set off any kind of explosive cards. With prep time, Grifter may contain a slighter advantage. He can learn about Gambit and find weaknesses. He can plan traps ahead of time before he arrives to do battle, and plan the perfect time to set one off during their fight or get him caught up in one. He can place weapons all over the battlefield before he arrives and never stop with the arsenal of weapons in every spot planted. To be able to take this all the way home, he'll need the prep traps, an inventory worth of weapons, an opening, and his healing factor to help him nail his shot while suffering minor damages in the process, granting him the W. Alright, now let's get into the end game on this end. In this corner, he is known as one of the X-Men members, Gambit. Alright, his ability to touch an object and cause it to self-destruct comes in handy, pardon the pun. He can keep touching each weapon brought into battle by Grifter and have it explode each time. Or rather than just wasting his time, he could just touch the entire trench coat, and that will be able to disarm him immediately, since pretty much all his weapons are on his trench coat. Sometimes they're attached to him on like holsters, but everything else usually is on his trench coat. So if Gambit touches that trench coat and he sparks it up with his kinetic energy and it blows up, bam. Then Grifter's in a very difficult situation. Up close gives Gambit more to work with, as his hand-to-hand combat skills are also nothing to ignore, as he was a member of an assassin family member. Yeah, Gambit was an assassin family member, so he married another assassin. I mean, this guy was actually pretty skilled, so don't count him out. This means he knows more beyond traditional fighting, which gives Grifter a run for his money. His time in the X-Men training under intense programs also made him more equipped in a battlefield with any opponent. So yeah, Grifter might have fought some impressive characters, but Gambit has been training pretty much non-stop since he was a child and since his adulthood on how to fight certain opponents, even ones that are greater than him. His mind is strong, meaning in reading into his mind, it's going to get blocked. It's going to get so I'm meaning that Grifter isn't going to be able to use his mental mind reading in order to figure out what Gambit's next play is going to be, and I believe he can do that. And this an example of that was when he was able to block Psylocke's mental power, which she's kind of in the Omega. I believe she's in the Omega level department. So yeah, you got to keep that in mind. Gambit's shot compared to Grifter's shot isn't in the same ballpark. Grifter would need several guns to match one of Gambit's throws during a long shot. For example, Grifter uses a bullet but runs out, while Gambit just needs a grain of sand to be able to nail Grifter with a kinetic energy covered grains of sand, and he puts more of a dent to Grifter than anything else. Meaning, so that's what I'm saying. Like with Gambit, he could just touch anything and use it as an explosive device or explosive weapon, where Grifter needs guns like anyone else in order to be able to take out any regular person. So yeah, guns compared to an energy that you can use anytime by just touching a can or something. Yeah, no way. He goes any other level like Sun God form or Apocalypse Horseman, and you're looking at a game over for the boy Grifter, no matter what he pulls out. There's really nothing Grifter can do if Gambit were to move on to another level from his normal form. His clothes are made of material strong enough to endure certain damages like bullets. Grifter can also do the same, but there's limits. But also his speed is fast enough to avoid them as well. So yeah, he can dodge bullets along with take bullets with his coat. Gambit's staff also has a few tricks which will help Gambit out of a few jams and provide some element of surprise on his end. His mental blocks will help him keep Grifter on his toes. His mutation is much more natural based than his chemical format, meaning his powers don't seem to have limits to Grifter's healing capabilities. Combine that with his fighting skills and his kinetic energy, he'll eventually get Grifter off guard and get the sweet victory on this end. But as always, No Press fam, it is not up to me, it is up to you guys. So if you liked either one of my arguments, you can hashtag Gambit or you can hashtag Grifter. As always, No Press fam, we really appreciate you guys keeping it 600 subs. Peace. Shout out to all my content supporters. Not working together, but we like to give credit where credit is due. Ivan the Unstoppable for all the knowledge of comic feats. Watch Mojo for origins and for all the background videos. Comic Historian, Comics Explained, and Key Issues. Go ahead and check them out and tap into the world of comics by supporting other creators. Link to channels will be in the description below.